battle right here. This is an epic battle at 17,120. Look at this absolute battle. Oh my gosh. Look at the amount of orders flying in. This is absolute insanity volatility for a Monday. Al, I've never seen anything like this, Al. When have you seen the markets like this before? You know, it was 1988. I had just come to New York. I'll tell you what, if I was doing any better, I'd be you, man. Check, check, check. 1, 2, and 2. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being part of the Crypto Lifer crew, baby! Yes. You know what? I thought I was down. I thought I wasn't feeling well, but the second I feel your beautiful faces, I may not see them. Soon we're going to have a thing where I can see everybody. It's going to be an interactive live stream. We're going to get it going in the next year or two. Definitely going to happen, so I'm excited for that. It's going to happen. You know it, and I know it. So, hey, it's only a matter of time over here. It's only a matter of time. Shout out to each and every one of you for coming on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time as we move through together here. Sorry about that. As we move together as Crypto Lifers. Let's break down Bitcoin. Let's break down the markets. So much to look at. Had a little bit of a move here. I'm looking at something else too as well. Quant is in this precarious situation. Seems to be retesting this top. Bit of a shoulder, head and a shoulder though. Could break back inside the pattern. Doesn't mean it's over. It's over if it breaks this trend line. But let's see. Can it hold the zone? Can Quant hold the zone and still get a bit of a bounce? 6 hours shows that this could still be a bit of a flag to the upside. So I'm still watching Quant. Haven't given up on it yet here. And all the time frames do the same thing. I started realizing this. They all do the same thing. And what I mean by that is Quant is likely to go to this 200 simple moving average on the 6 hour. Also, it broke above a high volume node, likely to get to the next one here in the zone. So watching Quant, wouldn't be surprised if it made a bit of a move here. To the upside, Quant to the upside. You never know. You never know. So there you have it. This is something I'm looking at. Let's take a look at BTC. My ears are like funny today, so I'm like, can I hear it? Can I not hear it? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. How we doing? How's everybody feeling? Let's get the lemon in the water immediately, because when you're not feeling well, that's the first thing you should be doing. Ooh, I'm just going to explode the whole lemon. Hope that didn't... Yeah, I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm going to explode all over the lemon. Stop. I'm not feeling well, but this is working for me. Everyone should just go live stream when you're sick. You'll feel amazing. Let's get the black cumin seeds in there. Black cumin seeds. The guy is out of his mind drinking cumin seeds. At 10:13, we're early bird style. Okay, I think we can do the show. Bobby, Danny, Joey, can we do the show? Roll tape, baby, roll tape. This ain't a rerun. We're going all the way with this one, baby. Shout out to everybody here who donated their beautiful time to the live stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's a great donation. I'm going to make sure you get everything you can back. Okay? I don't know if it's a tax write-off, but it's definitely a life write-off. So, False Move Monday. Who loves False Move Monday? Who here always knows that it's False Move Monday? And it always looks like it's going to go one way and it goes another. False Move Monday. Oversold on the stochastic. We wanted a bit of a bounce. However, what did the 15-minute look like? 15-minute, had a little bit of a hump still. And we just took a dump, right? They went after the longs. Crushed them. 156,000 short. And they, longs liquidated right there. It's a lot of longs getting liquidated. You could still see a bounce back to the upside pretty fast. You would never, this could be a V-shaped recovery. Very oversold in the 15 of the 1 hour time frame. 7-minute probably too as well. So we'll see. But again, now you have other resistances that we have to look at and smaller time frames. Okay, so we're looking at what, 16,967. That's a possible move to the downside here if this continues. Shorts are winning in full-blown moves. 4 hour did it for you. The 4 hour took a dump. Bearish engulfing candle. The 4 hour gave it all back. Doesn't mean it can't pump back to the upside. Heavy volatility. But that's Sunday into Monday. Monday morning, always false move Monday. You see it all the time, many, many, many times. Another thing I was talking about here, let's break it down, is this pattern here on the 15. You see this? And it's a broadening rising wedge, which is a bear, it's at the end of the day, it breaks down just like the rising wedge, right? You see this pattern? And if you were in my trading group, we talked about it, and I said if it dumps, it would dump all the way back down here, right, to this area at 16,950, right? Which isn't the worst thing in the world. I think I said that when I said it before, but so just, but again, it's not over till it's over, right? So let's see. Can we could definitely wick back up and end up back inside the pattern, hang out, and then break out again, and they could just be liquidating people on the long. Also, look, it's funny, touching the 200 simple moving average. Just always coincidental, right? But it's there. This yellow line here, we went right, actually a little even past it. And if we look at the 4 hour, did we get rejected? Basically, we didn't even get a chance to get all the way to the 200 simple. We made it pretty close though. Almost touched it. Usually you do touch it. Surprisingly, we'll see. But the 4 hour does want to dump on you. The 22 hour, a bit overbought, right? The 4 hour, the 4 day and the 3 day, they look scrumptious to me. And if you look, we're going to talk about the 3 day in a second on a bigger time frame, but even if we zoom in here, I mean, comparatively, this is a giant 3 day candle, and what we got going on here is really nothing. And we're still holding 17,000. So, just something to think about, all right? Something to keep on the radar. Let's get it. Shout out to Anku Kutsibutu. If it stays in the channel, let's get some gains. Hey, ladies, Pops is healing nicely. He has been feeling better this week. Shout out to Kevin. Thank you. We appreciate that. Sorry, music levels are too high. I've been informed. So they have been brought down. I apologize. Thank you, Wendizzle. I appreciate that. How is that, Gina? How are the levels, Gina and Jamie? Shout out to Jamie. Thank you for being here. Apologize if I'm a little less full of punch. Okay, so I got a freestyle, right? And I don't mean rap, I mean with the charts. Let me take a look here. What I like to do is I find a random chart that I haven't really played with in a while, and I just take a look at it. So here we are, right? And slight retest too of this top trend line in a way, if you brought it down like so. So here's the deal. Do we bounce back to the upside is the question, which we could very well could, and get a move on out of here. We're retesting the zone. If not, what's likely to happen, right, is we break back inside the pattern. And you know this. You just wanted to make sure that what you saw was the same as what I saw, right? I know. You got this. You got this. We got this. The lifers got it. So the inverted broke out. It basically hit the measured move, which was the length of here, right? Okay. That's really kind of what happened. Okay. And we got very close to hitting that 200 simple. All right. Once we got tight, we travel up to the 2 SMA. Okay. This is something you'll remember forever. And a bunch of different coins followed the zone and did this same behavior. All right. Okay. So now we want to see how bad these liquidations come. I mean, it's likely now that if we break this node here, we're going to drop down to here. If we break that, we're going to fall down to the lower end of liquidity, all right, which is right about here. Possible double bottom, all right? So we're waiting, and we know the areas to watch for possible bounces, all right? And we know what could stop it from happening, all right? So I'm pretty okay with what's going on. And then you're like, well, how do we know if we're going to continue? Well, that's where the 30-second or the 1-minute chart comes in. And you zoom in, and you take a look at what's happening. And I mean, right off the bat, if you flip this upside down and took a look at it, it's making somewhat of a bull flag. It's a bear flag, right? So now you're like, okay, well, and these are small time frames, so it's not like, but there's basically the length of the pole. And we could see Bitcoin traveling further down to the 16,983 area, all right? So now what you're hoping is some type of inverted head and shoulders, some type of bounce, and now you see your resistance. So Bitcoin now has like 2 levels, and then here too. So you can sit on the 30-second and see, well, I don't trade it, but it's going to tell us, like, if we get back above here, that's going to begin the V-shaped recovery, right? And then we'll be right back where we started. Then there's talks of us getting back inside the pattern on the bigger time frame. Okay, so you watch the smaller time frame to track what's going on when price action's moving very fast. That's just kind of what I do. All right, and you don't see me do this every day because we don't have to do it every day. We're in the middle of a massive dump now, so you track it, right? And this is where you're likely to go if the dump continues. Okay, and you see it beginning to print. I mean, and this is it's a bearish pattern more than it's a bullish pattern, so it's likely to continue. It's called a bearish continuation pattern. So it would, in theory, continue to the downside by probability wise, right now, until we see a double bottom, inverted head and shoulder, or some type of pattern that would convey something different. Okay. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 177 likes, 391 people on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate that. On a Monday morning too, right? And Axie just booming on them. Isn't that insane? Axie 3L just blasting off like it was let out of prison, so to speak. Remember that? But Axie getting up there, a big coin. NMR, VEED, Wall, this Prima, Litecoin getting a little bit of a move here, and so we had this idea for Litecoin. Litecoin 3 up 23%. All right, look at that move to the upside, and it was in that tight channel, low over, oversold MACD. I do the same thing. It's very basic, over and over again. And it produces gains over and over and over again. And the people that want to learn. And the people that don't. I don't know, right? It's up to them. And the lifers survive through it all, somehow, some way, every single time. Phantom 3L had a bit of a move. Possible retest here, too. 4 hour down, a little spent. Good swing trade on that 4 hour time frame. 8 hours still has some legs. 6 hour has some legs. It's interesting. So, yeah, Bitcoin's dumping, but I don't trust the move too much. One thing I do have to say is I've been watching the DXY now, right? And we had this nice dump, but we're very oversold on the weekly. Not saying we're guaranteed to pump. What we're hoping is if the weekly does come up, it gets rejected by this area. We don't want to go higher than 109, and if we do pump, that doesn't bode well for BTC. All right. Now I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just being the watchdog, right? I'm starting to watch for things. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like about 10 weeks with 3 in the middle weeks, but about 7 beautiful dumps. And it's sad. We should have gotten way more out of this than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's in its own cycle, as a lot of people have pointed out, and as we talk about. So DXY in the 3-day does want to make a nice move to the upside as well. Can it double top is the question. A major double top on the daily for a massive move to the downside. Or does it reclaim this high and begin to pump again? Anything is possible with the dollar and what they're doing here, so we'll have to be on the watch. My indicators, we are a little far apart from the 21 to the 200 despite these bullish patterns. They do say that we may, either get one more pump up, but it still would be more of a getting more into the extended zones, right? 22 hours showing signs of life, getting close, but we are getting a death cross right there. The 50 crossing below the 200 on the 22-hour time frame. Also, we just got one here on the 4-hour, and a lot of times that just begins a pretty nice dump to the downside. So let's take a look down here at the 4-hour time frame, and let's see what we're getting. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes. Let's take a look here. So we can see here we have this rejection point. Okay. Resistance. We bounce, resistance, resistance. All right. And you want to see, you know, one thing you have to point out is there's a little bit of divergence there, a bullish divergence there too on the DXY. Okay. Pumping up on the 4-hour time frame, but not getting a lot of love, which is great, right? So what we want to see is we want to see that these levels don't get broken. Resistance, resistance, roll over to the downside. Okay. 1-hour time frame also suggesting a rollover, which isn't, you know, which is in our favor for BTC at the moment. If you even like went super into that, it's a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. You're getting overbought on the stochastics RSI. A little bit of a pump. Seems to be getting ephemeral, which is short-lived here for the dollar index. All right. Major resistance here at about 104. If the music is too loud for you, then you don't know to party or getting old. Oh, wow. People want the music even lower. Okay. Music is crispy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Trying to make it, you know, all inclusive here, you know. Called Gray Man. That's why I wore the gray suit for you. With the, did you notice? Did you notice the gray, Danny? Or were you playing me? Did you notice? Did you notice? I can't do the show until Danny says he noticed. I saw that. And the gray tie explosion. What I like about this suit is hot. Look, it's got this extra pocket here that makes you feel it's like London, man. It's like totally London. I guess it's a pocket watch pocket. It's a fancy little third pocket. You know, all my other just have these, but like this one's got this like amazing suit. This is a 3-piece. I rarely wear the 3-piece together, right? I like to mix and match. But this suit I was given from my wife when she worked at a high-end suit place, and a man with like my exact build came in and like never picked it up. It was like $1,200 handmade suit. And so I came in and put it on. Like I was like, man, I'll do like a little bit of this and that, and then I'll give it to you. And I was like, really? True story. I was broke as a joke. Walked out of there with this 3-piece suit. This was probably like 10 years ago, man. You know, it has to be. Yeah, before my kids. I have an 8-year-old daughter now, so it's like, and even maybe even 12, you know. But, you know, it still fits me like a glove, handmade, right? True story about the suit, you know. And I would always tell people, you know, you could watch someone walk down the street and be like, wow, that person's loaded, you know. Because you would see me walk down the street and this, be like, wow, that guy's loaded, right? But at the same time, I was broke as a joke. So you never know. You know, you never know. Well, back, you know, and the point of that too is never compare yourself to someone else. You know, like I see a guy get out of a Bentley and like, oh man, that guy's loaded. What if he's in like so much credit debt and like he just like is about to go under, but he's still driving around and like, you know what I mean? Point of the story is you compare yourself to others, then you'll never really know what you're comparing yourself to on the back end. You know, unless you really know somebody, I guess. But even then, you don't want to do that. Shout out to the 457 beautiful people on the live. 227 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? It was never so hard, baby. It was never so hard. It was never so hard. Oh yeah, I want to look at all my decentralized peeps. So even Trust Wallet token, technically still kind of holding its own. See, it's about to, it gets above this high volume node, and this thing can party like you read about, baby. If anything can pump, it's going to be this puppy, you know. And it's got that Sammy Cup and Hattie feel, like it could go all the way to the Grand Slam, slammy dammy, all the way for the three-pointer from downtown. Steph Curry, all the way from downtown. From downtown. I'm still giggling at that. Let me pull out the mode of the thin eye, and behold, a beam is in thine eye. I don't know what he's saying. You're out of your mind. I love you. I love you for how insane it is. You know, CASP is still on my radar over at Mex Global. Mex Global has a bunch of beautiful coins. Check out Mex Global, link in the description below. Love Mex Global. Look at this double bottom here. Wait. This could break to the upside. I want to see if this can break that resistance. CASPA. And what I like about it is I've been watching it pump, and I have my Fibonacci's here. I'm just watching these fibs. But look at that. Wow, look at that pump. Right off of the 382 fib. 16% right off the fib. I mean, it's amazing how this stuff plays out. Now, I usually don't go off the 382, I'll be honest. So that caught me off guard. I'm waiting for the more, you know, pronounced low here. And we could get it, but if you look at the one day's oversold and really wants to make a bit of a bounce here. So I've been watching this flag. Hasn't broken out yet, but it's getting close with a pretty big move here. So, you know, that would be a 69% gain, already up 16%. But it's been on my radar. I've been watching it closely. Shout out to the chat here. This is props for your suits fitting you after kids. Oh, and TA too. All the alpha, all day, every day, man. 5, yeah. Yeah, man, same suit from when I was like, I'm 40, I'll turn 40 this year. Yeah, I must have got this suit when I was about, I'm going to say 28. I might not even have been married yet when my wife hooked me up with this suit. Man, my wife was the best. I'm so smart that I married my wife. That's the smartest thing I ever did, right, babe? She can't say that wasn't the smartest move I ever made. You know? Whenever your wife tries to say something, you're like, but I married you though, babe. Doesn't that make me smart? And they can't, what can they say? Like, they can't say anything about that when you say that, right? Because it's like, you know. You're gonna make me cry like a baby, Gina. Don't do it. Don't do it to me, Gina. Not today. Not today, all right? I can't handle it today. So Elon's been talking about a network, right? And this is Doge Elon Mars, a little coin that likes to just fly around when Elon talks about Doge. You can see this cup and handle, and it exploded for a beautiful 35%. I'm just watching to see if it has a bit of a continuation move in it. Smaller cap jam, less affected by the Bitcoin gurgling, right? And so, you know, just something to watch on my radar. And it's not 100% right now, but I'm just taking a look, right? And Doge, there's been a lot of whispers of Doge, right? There's a lot of Doge whispering going on, if you ask me or anyone else too, right? Wow, nice little dump though, huh? From 11 cents all the way back down into the pattern, just like Bitcoin. Didn't even hold the retest, back inside the pattern, hanging out with the 200 simple moving average, getting tight again. But it's oversold on the 1 hour, that 15, that 7, right? Signs that it may get a bounce here. It's interesting. And I guess, you know, it's following BTC. Can you check Polkadot when you have a chance? I have a chance right now, man. And I was looking at Ape3L last night, right? It went up 25%, you know, whipped down now on the 22-hour time frame. But this thing made some nice gains, right? And we were all over it. We were talking about it. It was on my radar. It looked good. It was in the Sammy Cup and Hattie to the upside. And I wouldn't be surprised if it continued all the way to Moonville, baby. 113% gains possibly coming, right? Let's see what it can do on the 1 hour. It's flagging out again here, just like everything else. Flagging out all over the ground here. This thing is flagging out all over the ground. Trying to hold it down. I've been trying to chase after these flags all day long. This thing is just completely out of control. Somebody Somebody grab that flag and hold it down and just flag it all over the place. It's out of control. Shout out to everybody here. This is Bob Better. Look, oversold on the stochastics RSI inside of a flag here. Can it continue to the upside? Can Ape 3L get a bit of a move here? The 3L ETF token on KuCoin. This will give you 3 times the gains opposed to Ape. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say I do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do you own due diligence for getting an any project coin or trade? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm wacky today because I'm off the racker. But look, could you go up 19%, 19.3, 4% possible for Ape 3L? Okay. Axie seems like it's flagging. Everything is in this flag on the 1 hour time frame. Bitcoin showing signs of life. When Bitcoin dips, it shows nice little pockets of time to get in. And look at my man. He's talking about Axie, and he's onto a flag too. It's like someone let Axie out the bag here. This thing could continue to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for Axie Infinity. My man. My man. And, you know, depending on the time frame over here, you can change it up. Bit of a cup and Sammy, cup and Andy to the upside. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I don't know. Bit of a cup and handle inside of the zone. Last time I saw something like this, it was Phantom. Did a nice boom. Y'all remember that? You're like, no, like, I have a photographic memory. I remember. It looked just like I like it is. And you're like, no, I bet, yeah, I actually did. And you're like, well, let me prove it to you. You're like, no, you don't remember that much. And I'm like, I do, though. I does, though. I does. I does. Oh, my gosh. Why are you doing that? Was it? I think it was the 3L, too. It might have just been Phantom Clean. Very similar concept that I'm looking at here. Axie and Phantom. All right. Here's for the fire soundtrack. May God bless you. Try to change it up today. Feeling a little. Is he having a seizure? Is he there? But so, you know, and you got all the way back from 1989. Man. Okay, so, you know, I'm just looking at, you know, and this is how I find these patterns, and they kind of play out of my brain over and over again, and I just see them in repetition, right? Anyway, so just, you know, things I think about, right? There's 4% on the 3L token. That's a gimme. All right, 2%, that's 6%. I'm not, you know, and I'm not trying to be greedy. You know, I do not want to be greedy, right? Don't attempt to be. All right. And look, there's the V-shaped recovery that I just talked about, right? Is Bitcoin getting the pump back up? Phantom is right now. There we go. Like, look. So you look, right? But they're making this wedge. kind of say there's a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder there. See that? It's not perfect. But it's something to work with. You know, you didn't have anything before, and you're getting above this local point of control, and now you're starting to flag out too, which means you could get like, right? Completely false move Monday. And look, even here you have a bullish divergence on the 30-second chart. It even plays on the 30-second, kids. All right, kiddies? Listen, kiddos. Are you trading your RSI with your price action? This is Sammy from Boston. We're gonna go over the charts here every day. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna go over the charts. All right, kids. We're gonna go over the charts. We're gonna talk about divergences. We're gonna break it down for you. All right. This is this is Goodwill Hunting in the charts. We gotta swing up divergence. We call that a Harvard divergence over here. Can we check out Matic 3L? Hello to my brother, Steve, if he's watching. Shout out to Steve if you're watching from Rowdy Man 999. He's reaching out, Steve. He loves you. I think he wants to have dinner, lunch, maybe make amends. Steve and Rowdy, you guys should hang on. I'm just messing around. But shout out to Steve if you're out there. Hope I made you laugh with the Christmas chuckle here. It's getting on time. And, you know, what are you going to get your brother for Christmas? All right, that's what he's wondering. You know, that's what I'm wondering. That's what we're all want to know. You know, maybe he'll get you something sweet, too. You guys can hang out, exchange gifts, you know, say hi to the kids. I'm not sure if he does or you do. Let's leave him off, right? Since it's, you know, we don't need to know, but I'm just, you know what I mean. Hope you're having a good time with your families together. That's the point. Do you ban protocol is going to retrace all that it's gained from news in the past few days? It's dumping right now. God bless. What was the news? Bad news for ban, huh? Superchats dot Matic 3L and banned. Yeah. So Bitcoin getting a bit of a recovery. Can it move out of this to the upside? Right? Attempting to make a move out of the flag back to the upside. And you can see after the liquidations on Bookmap, which we can run. Show me Bookmap. Ooh. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do a Bookmap like that? So there's Bookmap waiting for us, nice and easy. And we can see here, they're fighting through. They tried to liquidate as many people as they could. And they got a lot of longs, 103,033 accounts. Look at that. 103.33. 6K, 26,000. And we battled up. We've battled up. We've bounced, filled some bags, liquefied some peeps. And, you know, right now we're just kind of, I don't know, milling there sideways. Some orders up a little high, but it's that Monday vibe, right? And at the end of the day, it's a divergence. And the divergence suggesting that we may play back up to at least 17,139. And soon we'll be back kind of where we started for the day after just maybe a few liquidation moments on a Monday. False move Monday like we see every day. But you never know. We'll take it one step at a time. And that's why we're tracking it here on the 30-second chart, which you may not have access to at home. This is a premium account, which you can have access to almost anything, all the way down to the 1-second chart, which I think is absurd, right? Look at this real-time data on the 1 second, though. Oh, yeah, let me get off Bookmap. Bookmap's very similar to the 1 second. The 1 second. Who would dare to trade the 1 second chart? If it hits the measured move, that would be insane. But TA is what TA does. It's supposed to, right? And have a resistance in this area because this is the previous resistance. Once it gets above it, you know. Fascinating, really, to watch the 1 second because it has to print, right? So it's like print, and like you can just. I find it really pretty exhilarating. Sorry if you don't. I'm a nerd, but. Goes well with the music, right? Like, isn't that a falling wedge now?
struggling. See the shoulder head and the shoulder. Trying to say it had a neckline. There's a rising wedge, right? Breakdown. Got a divergence again, though. Back in the flies. That's crazy, honestly. Like, that's just insanity. No. What happened there? Scared me. Can't even watch anything else on that time frame because the liquidity is just too bare. I mean, interesting. Axie 3L is sitting in this flag here. So what I did with the 30-second, I mean, that's good exercise for the brain, right? You do that all the time, you'll just get sharp. It's only a matter of time, and you'll be just nailing it. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to anybody who just jumped in with the Crypto Lifer. I plan to entertain, but also keep you laughing, keep you going, keep you flying around, but you're also learning at the speed of light. And you don't even realize, because I got your alpha mind, I get you open. Hang out for a second, get the music pumping in, get your whole vibe bumping, feel it. And then once you're in the zone, let me just lay down the science, and you'll start to be like, okay, all right. Like here, if you never knew this, but when moving averages are close together, it's giving me a sign that there's going to be a bit of an explosive move to the upside. Look how tight these moving averages were. They were getting very, very close, all right? And you had this like bit of a falling wedge here. They were just getting, tight in the zone. And you had really tight moving averages. You had at least a bit of a move here, the base of the triangle to the upside. You're also trying to get above these high volume nodes on the VRVP. And when you do, I mean, you have nowhere else to go but to the biggest area of liquidity left. Axie 3L actually booming to the upside, getting huge gains here. And it took a massive dump, if you can see, from where it first came down all the way down here. So, I mean, it's attempting to recover from the lows, Axie. I believe that KuCoin will be rebalancing or just doing maintenance on their 3L tokens. Did get an email about that. I posted it in the group, so just make sure you look at that. If you have to Google KuCoin or something like that, I'll also repost it. Jamie, if you could find it, take a picture of it maybe, and we'll like resend it out again. I just want to make people aware, right? Because it's nice to know when you see that. Okay. Polkadot. Someone asked about DOT. And DOT getting a lot of movement here in the market that it hadn't gotten in a while too, right? So Polkadot taking a dump like everything else in the market today. Nice Monday morning, like we always deserve, right? Nice little punch in the mouth. There you go. At the end of the day, we had this falling wedge, right? Boom, pump to the upside. Bang. And we got this resistance. It's almost a sideways shoulder, head, and shoulder there too, which is crazy. Honestly, when I look at an asset, the first thing I do is go to the daily. I haven't looked at DOT in a while, and I just want to see. I mean, it's going to mimic Bitcoin. It's going to be in this falling wedge like Bitcoin is. You're looking for a divergence on the RSI. You got something going on here, Interesting, but you're overbought on the Stokes. And then here you have like a major resistance at 584 that you need to get back above, and you're bouncing right here off of 535. Okay. When we closely look back at it too, you can see, I mean, you're flagging here. You would have to maintain this flag, and that's what I would flip on the moving averages. Wow. wait for them to get tight. I mean, yeah, you're still in a downtrend. The whole market is. So I wouldn't expect anything more than shorts to win, because the trend is your friend until it's not. You must break above this and make up a high above this high. Like, so even if you pump up here, you know, Polkadot's going to have to break out eventually to the upside. But right now, I don't know. You know, the daily's a little spent. Which takes us to the total market cap in our $800 billion level. We want to look at it. We want to make sure, are we losing it? We're not. We're okay. Told you it's so important, so let's break it down. So you can see that we're in this rising wedge triangle that I have drawn, right? We can zoom into like the 22. You can see here, even the 4-hour looks a little better. And we hit the top of the channel, and we kind of double topped in a way, right? And the 200 symbol became like a cap, and we're getting that dump. Okay, that's the same dump we're seeing for Bitcoin, all the coins, right? So we're getting the sell-off, and a lot of money came into the total market cap out of nowhere. You know, we boomed from, basically we hit this low of 770, and then $30 billion, $40 billion just came out of nowhere. $40 billion, right? And they seem to have hit a high, and then we hit a high of 827, and now they've taken about $17 billion, $15 billion off the table, right out of nowhere. Just, So are we going to continue what's going on? And I'm watching this 1-hour time frame, and that's what we're looking at. Can we get the bounce back to the upside? Like, is there a chance this flag can maintain a wick here, and we can actually get back to business? There's a chance. And we can continue to the upside. We don't need this anymore, right? But right now it's looking bad, right? Like, you broke down and you're continuing. And honestly, I'd have to wait for it to kind of settle to see the pattern. And that's why we're watching. The only thing you can do is really watch these smaller time frames and see whether you're going to continue to the downside or not. Which looks as such, which would tell me a short could still play open. But Monday, worst day to trade. Sunday night into Monday morning too. Like, I like to wait for the dust to settle every single Monday. There's always a bunch of nonsense, but this says we could go lower to $806 billion. All right. What I don't want to see us is break this upper trend line, and this area here would be 793, and really just 800 billion, which I've been talking about. This like level right about here, which we've been bouncing. So. Otherwise, we'll come here, and then once we lose this node, we'll drop all the way down to this circled area at $743 billion. So we're watching the entire market cap of all of cryptocurrency. It's called total, all right? And this is important to see. Also, you got total 2, total 3. Total 2 is the entire market cap without Bitcoin. Total 3 is the entire market cap without Bitcoin and Ethereum. And, we want to see this continue in this type of flag formation. This is the altcoins. And we'd like to see the altcoins consolidate and get a move back to the upside here and stay above the high volume node. So it's important we see that stay above 300 and about like 27, 20. It's kind of like right where we're at. We could go a little lower. We could bounce off these trend line areas at 326, 325, but like, wow. Then we're going to break to the downside. And remember, these are symmetrical patterns, bilateral, and they could break down as much as they break up, even though they do look more bullish. They are bilateral patterns by law. By trading pattern law. So it is what it is when it comes to total and total 3. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to the 321 beautiful people. $44 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. Thank you for the love. I'm under the weather today. Feel absolutely horrible, but I'm fighting through it. Let's take a look at Band, baby, Band. So Band. I have it in this beautiful tight channel, right? So until it breaks this upper trend line, it's still strong, right? It breaks that, then it's a different story and the point of control, and then we can dump all the way back down to probably $1. So yes, it could, but it's still holding strong right now, Band, all right? 22-hour could be bending back on us here, giving us a bit of a move, bouncing. It did leave the smaller pattern that we had here on the 15. All right. For sure. I mean, then we had a nice little tight wedge here. Band began to break down. can almost just say, all right, you're in the fallen wedge now, right? And it's all right. Still not too bad, actually, compared to most. Band's looking strong. So Band could actually still get that 120% gain. We're still watching Band closely. Band on the radar, all right? Band on the radar. One of the stronger coins of the day, honestly, all right? Band, baby, Band. I used to love trading Band, man. The way it played out, it was just the gift that kept on giving. Band. And people thought I was like, Band. They'd be like, nah. I'd be like, yeah, baby. Yeah. Is anyone excited about any crypto conventions coming up that I don't know about? I want to make sure I go to them all. Let me know. I know about Bitcoin Miami. All right. Actually, I have to prepare for it. I have to get ready. I have to already start booking it, getting it. It's just like, I tell you what, man. Traveling here, traveling over there, all over the place over here. I tell you what, shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Okay. And hit me up on Twitter. I greatly appreciate it. About to hit 10,000 followers on Twitter. On our way to a milestone for the group. I appreciate that. Spread the love, right? Spread the love. But thank you so much for jumping on in. Look, we're about to hit 9,700 followers on Twitter. Are you excited about any crypto or Bitcoin conventions coming up? Let me know. Hit that like I did. See that? Nice little feeling. Retweet, comment. Let me know. Let me know. And shout out to the beautiful people that do end up watching some of these clips here on Twitter. And shout out to these awesome testimonials. Great mindset, serious topic, and people need to know. Sam is giving his TA and years of knowledge to everyone. It's something that other YouTubers should do more of. I've learned more from Sam than any other YouTuber out there, and I've watched thousands of hours of YouTube on crypto. All thanks to Jordan. One night, 5 to 6 months ago, he mentioned the Lifer show, and I was hooked. Sorry for the long note. Just love the content and help everyone here gives every day. Appreciate to all. Crypto tonight. Thank you for the love, man. That's awesome. God bless you. And go to CryptoLifer.com to read more. Get engaged. If you'd like to get into, a weekly, a monthly, or a yearly subscription, CryptoLifer.com. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on into the live stream. Phantom. Yeah. So I'm watching Axie is the one to move, Phantom actually, everything looks like they could be recovering a little bit here too. All coins look somewhat strong for the day. Coin market cap. Let's take a look at the strongest coins of the day here in the last hour. So Monero holding up. SNX holding up, which is interesting. Ton coin, TON, ton. Remember that, right? We were trading ton. Phantom, right, on our radar. Axie Infinity. So we're already kind of in it. Axie, and we're already in it. Kava, right? And Theta with a mainnet coming out too. Theta on my radar as well. Doge with, I believe, getting some type of payment system eventually getting implemented quicker than we realize here for Twitter. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was going to be some type of, cryptocurrency payment integration with Doge in the near future. So Doge on my radar as a possible mover, right? And it actually would have a bigger target with the poll here. Possible to double up from where I'm looking at. Doge, the dog coin. Yeah. You know it, and I know it. Doge is hot, and whether you want to believe it or not, I'm not a fan. I'm not saying I'm a Cardano. I'm like a real tech Cardano guy. Like Doge was a joke. Let's be honest. But I'm also a surveyor of reality, and I also know what a billionaire is, and that's Elon Musk. And I also know his love for Doge, and there's no reason why I couldn't. It's a fast, easy way to pay. It's not like it's too bogged down. Doge ain't the worst thing in the world. So. Okay. I just realized, like, I think I'm worse off than I thought, but I'm fine, you know. Whenever I say that, I just drink more water and suck it up. Remember Ton being on KuCoin? Yeah. So look, I even had Ton. Isn't that crazy? It's the strongest coin today, and I had it, you know. Not saying it did amazing things, but like, you know, it's up like, you know, a measly little 3%, but it's not down. It's like and I was like, I have this in a, you know, ascending triangle. I'm watching the whole market. It's like, I like to shepherd my flock and let you see everything that's going on, you know. I don't want you to be without doubt, you know, with any doubt. I want you to understand what's going on in the market every day. See if there's any BTC pairs beating up on the Bitcoin funniness here. We got FET, we got FX, we got Peel, we got LMR, Crow, Layer, all getting a little bit of beat ups on Bitcoin. Everything else kind of not too substantial. Akai, right? I was looking at DERO. Ample was looking pretty good too. Remember DERO BTC on the 3-day chart. That's kind of, and wow, look, so far it did produce a little bit of a bump here since, you know, 4%, nothing crazy. But so far, just, you know, this is what we've been looking at, and it's in that golden pocket. The 21's about to cross the 200. It's interesting. And you can see how everything's kind of, you know, in that curving nature here. DERO BTC has got that like cup and handle feel. So this has been on my radar. It gets above that point of control too. It's gone when I bring it in here. Gets above this point of control, boom, to this area here on the VRVP, right? Interesting. You can see it in this like bigger channel too. It broke out of. Too much, too much. I give away too much. That's what they say. But I could be gone tomorrow. You never know. So this is what I gotta do. It's where I gotta go. Into that teacher zone. Sam, zinc and vitamin C help me a lot when I'm getting sick. You know, I took zinc one time like that, and it made me so sick. And I couldn't tell if it was because I was actually sick or was the zinc. But it seemed like I had too much zinc or something. Like it was like a raw. Like you got to be careful what zinc you take. Because I do take zinc, but like I took like a raw zinc, and it upset my stomach. You can Google this. I could be wrong, but it was bad. It was bad. Thanks for slapping that like and making it jiggle. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 357 likes, 561 people on the live, 200 people for a sick guy. Can't hit the like button for a sick man. For a man whose back, like my lower back is, you know when it aches. You know when your back aches when you're sick. I get the lower back aches. They hurt so bad. Numeraire booming out of nowhere last few hours. And Axie just continuing to boom. Tell you, man, Axie looks pretty good. Like it really could continue here on the smaller time frame. But high risk, high reward at this point, for sure. Peel, Meta Apes. You need to take zinc with food. See what he said? Yeah. I did that once, and then I threw up all the food, though. No, you need to take it with quercetin, man. Zinc and quercetin is the real thing you want to be doing. If you're going to, if you think you really got what you got, you know. That zinc and quercetin breaks the cell wall. The cyto, right? Yeah. That's the deal. And nobody responded, huh? Me and XRP Anna will see you there, Sam. Bitcoin 2023. Yeah, man. Bitcoin Miami, man. Love y'all. Amazing. Dow is outpacing the slip by the widest margin since 1933 this year. The S&P. Yeah, I mean, will that tech stock feel? Let's take a look at the ES1 futures on the S&P. They're back in action on the Monday. So looking at the S&P, it's in this rising wedge, bounced at the bottom, bounced at the bottom twice, right? And then it made this flag. And we were watching this flag the last couple of days. All right, then even made this smaller flag this morning. We were looking at it would bounce. It kind of staying inside the bigger flag, right? So I'm going to get rid of the little flag. It's a little much. And it's ugly, but it's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, right? But it's ugly, right? They treat these patterns like Bitcoin at least gets somewhat a little better treatment on the patterns that it makes, you know. But so we're looking at this area. We could bounce off this lower trend line. This song's a little funky. You know, still inside of a flag. As long as we don't break this trend line, it's cool. If we do, it's a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down at least to here and could also break us all the way down to this zone. And that would dump Bitcoin too, I believe, to maybe 12K, 14K. And so we're not out the zone yet. And that could be a nasty dump back to about 3,700. 3741 for the S&P. However, we are holding the psychological area above 4,000, and we broke above this point of control. We're likely to get above this high volume node. We're just struggling with that last line of liquidity, and then we would zoom up to about 4,200. So we're watching to see if this flag in the 1 hour can hold us down and break us on out. All right, that's what we're looking at. It's hard to spell it. I don't. All you need is healthy and balanced diet with exercise and sunlight. Super chats coming up. Shout out to Gina Bombina. Thank you for the 380 Lifer likes today. You are the best Lifer family. Let's get the likes up to 500 for status. Just for status. Just to eat like the statin meal. Get it going. And shout out to everybody. Where y'all from? How y'all feeling? What'd y'all do this morning? Who worked out today? What did you do today? Where are you from and what have you done today or tonight? If it was a whole day, say I worked, made pizza. Be like, I danced, saw my wife. Back. I played pool. I was on the bowling team. You know what I mean? I did, Florida, baby. Colorado Capital. Okay. Colorado Silver 100 ppm or higher. Bow out from the streets. Check back. Workout this morning. Purgatory. Texas over here. Wisconsin working out now. Gym after. Wow. I'm tearing down containment on the bridge. We're paying. Wow. Big time. Working right now. Bison 9. Mexico. Work put in 8 cinnamon roll for breakfast. I love it. We're shopping cat food. Mask, baby. Mask. I like it. Florida electrician. Canada. Yeah, let's take a look at mask. I like you saying that. But there's the S&P. We lose this, we know where we're going, and we know how it can affect Bitcoin. So we're watching this level very, very closely. We don't want to see, and this is a bigger channel that I've made, that if we break down, we're going to end up all the way back down here too as well. So we have a little world and a big world, and we're watching them both, and we can see the connection between the two. All right? And that's knowing is half the battle or something like that, right? One of those things. Wow, the market getting crazy. NMR up 62. Axie just continuing to get a bit of a move. This thing is consolidating so nicely. Seems to be getting a nice pump right now. 1 hour wants to really make a pump here for Axie 3L. Wow. Already pumped out this flag a little bit too since we talked about it here, the smaller idea. And there's a shoulder, a head and a shoulder. What an amazing day. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. All right, that's in a flag on the 6 hour. It does want to pump back to the upside. Shows that Bitcoin might bump. Dominance is good. When it pumps, it's okay. It means like we could be stopped out of our alts. Or it could mean that people are just jumping into Bitcoin and they're buying Bitcoin. All right. So you look at Bitcoin dominance and then you also look at Tether dominance. Same time frame, 6 hour. If they're pumping together, it's usually not a good sign. It means people are getting stopped out into Tether and into Bitcoin. See that? If they're dumping together, people could be jumping into altcoins. So right now, it's suggesting that we may get a bit of a dump here for Bitcoin because you're seeing Bitcoin dominance pump. as well as tether dominance pump, and that's usually not the best sign. We do see some divergence. Let's hope we don't get back above the zone here. It's a bearish, or not even. Just an ugly pattern overall, though. But it is a falling wedge here. A little bit of bullish there that could pump us back up. Phantom. They open it, not sure about tagging and spearing. I smell the bull trap. Thank you. I just hurt my upper back at work. I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. We'll pray that you have a quick recovery, man. That cannot be good. Yeah, Mask seems to have something to do with Twitter, right? Mask and Twitter, and it just all, there's something going on with Mask. I agree with that whole idea. I remember when it was pumping with everything. That's why I like Mask. Mask is on my radar, right? And so it broke out. Still tighter in this channel. Daily needs to reset. Come on back down. Going all the way back down to the bottom of the pattern, so be it. Right? But still consolidating nicely. We'll watch Mask. It could dump even all the way down too. You don't know. But it bounced off that Fibonacci level. Right? And it's showing signs of life for Mask. So it's definitely on my radar. Monday, usually not the best time to open up a trade Monday morning, my humble opinion. Unless you see something really good that just like calls out to me. Definitely a good time to watch the market, let it play out, and look into Monday night into Tuesday morning entries, right? Unless you're already in. Look, the 77, isn't it every time lately? 77 with the 2 zeros too. Like that's a guaranteed 77. Like, just funny. It's wherever I go lately, all the time. Like, and it never was. I never saw that. Like, I knew that number. It was a cool number. And my dad used to say, like, people be like 77, and like it was always a cool number, but I never saw it in my life. Now I see it all the time. I'll be on a random coin. I'll be doing something. We'll rent someplace. My flight to Vegas, 777. We rented a place. It was 777 as the address. I'm not lying. You think I'm crazy. I'm not even. True story. Find it so fascinating, actually. I just go with the flow now. I think it's funny. I'm like, all right, another number thing. You know? We live in this type of environment, right? GALA was consolidating nicely too with the Fibonacci. That 706 area. Jasmine fell off a radar. Came up a little bit for 22 though, right? And then trended on Twitter, made people get a little hot and heavy for it. And it said, no. It's got this higher low. Can it put in a higher high to remain bullish? Break back above the zone. Oh, this is the short, sorry. Yeah. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin short. Something like this now is getting tighter in the channel. Means only a matter of time, right? Not huge gain, 17%. Oversold in the bigger time frames. 3 days spent though, and that's why I'm looking at that 3 day on Bitcoin. Right? If everyone remembers my other theory here. Oh, this thing's breaking out. Look at that. It's a little over the bottom on the 4 hour. Wait for it to flag out. Maybe come back down, but it's breaking out. And this is the 3 day chart I've just been keeping up on the Coinbase. And the 3 day really says it wants to pump hard. Right? And it's still got an indecision doji, and Bitcoin's fighting back. It could recover all these losses from this morning. So far, it's really trying to pump back up to 17,000 too. You know, you can see they're starting to liquidate the shorts yet again on Bookmap. Link in the description of Bookmap. It's beautiful. You can actually see people get liquidated live, which you can't see anywhere else with the liquidation indicator. This thing is absolutely amazing. So you may get Bookmap on the free, but you won't get the liquidation indicator. And to watch the free liquidation, the liquidations is amazing. And this is something that really is going to change the game for you. So I love Bookmap. Link in the description below to Global Plus and other subscriptions that may get your fancy. You won't find a better price here on the channel for Bookmap. Absolutely love Bookmap. Watching the big balls of liquidity fly around the screen. It's amazing. You'll love it as much as I do. Okay, so, and you've seen me actually call short squeezes live here. It's got me out of many a pickle. Bookmap's been absolutely amazing to me and the lifers. It's done a lot. You know it, I know it, and we all know it. So shout out to every beautiful person here. 582 people on December as we're getting into this holiday. Everyone who's got their presents ready, who's gonna hang out with family. What are you doing? Where are you going? What's going down? What's happening? What's happening? And what are you doing? Let us know. Let us know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let it snow, right? Let us know. Let us know. Get it? Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. So I'm spent. I'm going to rest my head and get ready for my next live stream tomorrow and hit it out the park. I can't believe that I'm down and out a little bit right now. But it's a good time to bow on out, right? I showed you what I showed you, looking at all the different things in the market. We looked at Bitcoin, the S&P, right? The dollar index is something else. I'm looking at Bitcoin here on the 3-day chart. That's got my fancy is this bullish divergence, and we're watching this area. We got to get back above the zone, though, to remain bullish and get above this point of control. 19,240, all right? Very, very important. Could you kindly take a look at GALA as well? Thank you. One more again, speedy recovery from God. As he asked me to work even more, and I'm super tired. He's like, but, hope you have a good recovery, but I need you to just, I'm just messing around. GALA on the 3-day is something I've been watching, and it's forming this bowl, right? And, rounded bottoms pay the bills. It's very beat to the ground. Very beat, right? You have to believe in this project. I think it's going to be an amazing project. So to have it this cheap, basically at the beginning lows, 2 pennies, a penny. I mean, for me, I grab like 500 here, 500 there. Again, not financial advice. And grab a little bag of GALA. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I lose $500, right? But this thing could zoom back all the way to 70 cents, and you're looking at a 30x. 10x is $5,000. Right, you're looking at 15,000 off of $500. And maybe you kind of limp in again. Maybe there's some good more news, and you build a bag. You end up with 1,500, and it turns into like, you never know, like 40 grand. So I like GALA. It could be a mover. I like it long term. I'm watching this bull, but I'd have to be calling an exact bottom right now, and that's risky. So, but it is oversold in the Stokes. It does want to recover, but. Again, I'd have to be able to willing to hold this long term and not be so guaranteeing that it's a bottom right now. It's a little low for me, in my humble opinion. And yes, it has divergence. It's in a falling wedge. There's 68% chance it does break out. There's some good TA vibes here, but you're playing that you've called the bottom, and I just find that a high risk for me personally. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying the look of a trader is, to get into this trade is calling basically a local bottom, and we don't know yet really what Bitcoin's going to do or where we're at. Mutable X is in the exact same story. I really kind of like a broken record, and actually even worse because it's in the same story, but the 3-day has had time to kind of mature, and it has yet to get back above its previous high. So I like the project. I think it could go places, but at 48 cents, again, you'd have to really believe in it, and you'd be grabbing the lows, right? And if you believe in this project and you're buying into the lows, then good for you. But this is something you have to believe in. And for a swing trade right now, I don't know. I'd like to see it get above the point of control. I don't like to swing trade things at the bottom. I've made it very clear many times on my live stream, right? Now, I'm not trying to be rude to anyone who doesn't. I'm just making that clear. It's just part of my prerequisite. Can you take a look at VThor? Love your channel. Thanks for doing what you do. Anytime, man. God bless you. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you being here. Let's take a look at YFI on the 15-minute. All right. YFI on the 15. When new people come in and have no idea that I was like sick as a dog trying to bounce. It's like, hey, can you just stay here all day? I'm like, yeah. Can't wait. Hey, it's my job, right? Imagine if this was your job. Pretty nuts, huh? Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you for being here. I love you all. Beautiful, beautiful souls. I'm a little under the weather today. I got an achy back. That's a descending triangle on the 3-day. Tempting to bounce back up. Not a lot of love there. Not a lot of love there, right? We got this wedge here. Ooh, my back hurts, man. It's like sending these little like shivers down my spine. Wow, that'd be 334%, almost 333 if I bring it down to the line. Funny. YFI in the 3-day does want to move, but I mean, yeah, 4-day too, but yeah, it got really high in that daily, and it's not really getting above. Still got a resistance here. Nice move, but I'm not a fan right now. Bitcoin struggling. Maybe tomorrow. You know, right now, the market's iffy. I looked at Matic 3L already. I'm almost positive, but I guess not, right? I'm almost positive, but maybe not. Why is it doing that to me? So Matic 3L, last time I saw it in this beautiful channel. So it did pump up a nice, what, like, you know, 10%, 11. And it's attempting to give it all back right now. It's like right on the trend. Can it hold the trend is the question. It's also could be a bit of an M double top, right? Open-minded, got to see it both. It break down here to the point of control. Oversold on that 30 and that 15, telling me that there's signs of life for a bounce. But again, I mean, sketchy. It's all watching Bitcoin. Bitcoin tanks, this continues to tank. You know, all eyes on Bitcoin right now. Everything's going to follow it. Bitcoin kind of gets level and starts to hold. Bitcoin starts to dump and lose 17K, which looks like it may. It's going to just take the whole market with it. It's that simple, everybody. You should be focused on Bitcoin and Bitcoin only during a dump. And once you see recovery, you should have your setups ready, but, you know. And so that was my setup for Matic, and you can see what I'm seeing. And look at the long, the short did just pump. Short looks good on that 4-hour time frame. Like we went over possible gains here for the short to the upside. It's got to get through this resistance, and then the short could continue. Already up a little tiny bit, you know, 3% since when we pointed it out. Up to this point of control. And we'll jump back into BTC. And actually, it doesn't look good for Bitcoin because of the dollar and because of US Tether, right? And Bitcoin dominance. They didn't look healthy. These are just facts, right? And so we continue the dump, and let's take a look at what we were looking at. Remember on that smaller time frame. We got the breakout. We went halfway, got rejected by the 200 and simple, and came back down. Honestly, now we're just like, can't even really get a bit of a read on this. It's a very strange pattern. Let's see. Bit of a double bottom, possibly. So ugly. Well, to me, that's it right there. Yeah. There it is. That thing wants to continue somewhere to this area, 16,009. Can we hold 17K? Can we double bottom off the zone and hold 17,000 where we hit right there? Or do you go lower? In the smaller time frames, we're going to teach you where we're going to go. Okay? Brother, it's a bull flag on the daily retesting. Let's see. You believe it's a bull flag on the daily retesting? Let's take a look. I like that. I'm with that. But you're very overbought on the stochastics. So just by my trading style, it says, you know, you got to be careful. Could be retesting. I'm with you on that. I'm not saying it's not, but I see what you're saying. You're saying we're retesting the top of the bull flag. See this? I get it. I like it. And there's a point of control there. I'm with it. The 1 hour says we can do that. But I figured we would have made our V-shaped recovery by now. So I'm just going to watch the smaller time frame. All right. And we did hit that measured move, 16,970 now. Just like, look, we just hit the measured move I just talked about. Look at that. We bounced back up. That's bearish. So it's Monday. Be careful. Don't force trades on Monday. I mean, do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't force trades on Monday. You know. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. For the 433 likes, $56 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. I'm going to tap on out for the day. Thank you. I love you all. I appreciate it. And I'm going to go lay my head. I'll be back later on. I'll look at the charts. I'll do what I got to do. But I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. If you found out my channel and you just jumped on in and you shared your most precious asset with me, and that is your time, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. It means the world to me. I do this for you each and every day. It doesn't matter how I feel. And that, you know, it's days when I'm sick when I know I'm dedicated, because it's like you don't care about much when you're sick. You just care about the people you love and how you feel. I love you, Gina. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate everybody here on the live. Over and out. I'll catch you on the next one. Crypto is life.